Hello there, and good morning. As the title says, the true end is when Rika gets the bead and Hanya runs out of power just as she does. So then Rika gets stuck with Rena for the rest of her life to atone. In my head, kitten. And now we have her. You caused us far too much trouble. Ah, jeez. I need to get ready to do some analysis with Rena-chan, so let me go. Before that, return Rika's Magatama. It's really important to her. But judging by how Rena looked, Takuno no longer had it. What's this? That's odd. I could have sworn I put it in my pocket. How odd. What? Did you drop it somewhere? I see. So that was the punchline. Of course. After a lot of effort, we struggled to capture Takuno. She ran all around the village, making fun of us, and at the end of the manhunt, we tied her up. She must have dropped it while running around the village. Now we could only wait for someone to pick it up. When that happened, Rena would react, and we'd be able to figure out who it was. But when that happened, Rena would... Whoa. There we go. Fiercely resist any attempts we made to restrain her. This is truly, seriously, a pain in the butt. The Magatama of Fuwaruzu? Yeah, that's it. We don't know how the one ended up flying into your mouth, but anyway, that's the kind of magic power they have. Then when someone picks up the white one, Rena falls in love with them, even if she doesn't mean it? That's the idea. Your heart is literally lying around somewhere in the village. I don't want that. Oh. The feeling of falling in love with someone should belong to me alone. If it doesn't, Rena's true feelings will. Oh. Oh, what's this? Rena's true feelings? Is there someone you like? Why don't you tell this old man? How? I can't even tell you, Michan. Punch. Of course. Mion. Try a little harder to understand a girl's heart. Though it's weird for a man to say that. If we find the white Magatama, Rika-chan will do something about it, right? Yeah. So now we're desperate to find the white one before something terrible happens. Though I think it's already caused a big uproar. Please, Keiichi-kun, find the white Magatama and save Rena. I don't want someone else to have control over my feelings. Ooh. Right. I got it. We'll save you, Rena. So if the Magatama's power takes hold of you again, please go easy on us. Nobody can stop you when you're in Kyut mode. I can't. It was like this with those two, but my head got all filled with a fuzzy feeling, and I couldn't think about anything anymore. So Rena doesn't think she'll have any mercy when it happens. Before, when you all came, Rena wondered why you all got in her way. I thought for sure you were going to tie me up, pour gasoline on me, and have a big explosive barbecue. I see. Anyone Rena is fond of will be helpful in a few ways. Oh. At this rate, I'll never be able to become a cute bride. Oh. Anyway, all we can do is keep searching. For both Rena and the villagers, we have to sell this as soon as we can. In the end, we could only go back along the route Takuno had fled and look to see if it was lying anywhere. But there was no way we could find a single jewel no bigger than the tip of your thumb. When it started to get dark, everyone grew tired, and we started thinking about the more passive approach of waiting until Rena reacted to something. Everyone, I'm sorry. Rena's causing you so much trouble. It isn't your fault. You were just unlucky. I'm sure we'll fix this together. Okay. It's late though, so let's call it quits for today. Rika-chan, could you read the scroll again to see if there's any better way to do this? I will. To take responsibility for causing this disturbance, I'll brave a super spicy kimchi dish tonight. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. Who? How unrefined to flail around like that. We decided to call off the search for the day. I could only hope somebody normal picked it up. Keiichi, you have a phone call. Huh? During dinner? I wonder who it is. Could it be about Rena? It's from Rena-chan's father. What? I've got a bad feeling about this. Hello? Yes, good evening. I apologize for calling this late. Is Rena there? She ran out of the house earlier this evening and hasn't come back. She ran out of the house? How was she? Well, she was in a headlong kind of run, like when she's playing a prank on someone. I thought she was going to one of her friends' houses. That settles it. Somebody picked up the white Magatama. Music of mystery. I'm very sorry for being late. What's the situation? We just got permission to go into Rena's room. Judging by how she was acting at school, she must have left some clues in there. Yeah, come to think of it, I've never been in Rena's room before. Makes me kind of nervous. Oh, wow. I had a feeling, but this room is really something. I can't tell whether it's a collection of trinkets or just a mess of junk. And yet she knows exactly where to find each and every one of her treasures. It's just as terrific as she is. How did she fit all these things in here? She must have been a dog in her past life. I bet she liked collecting a lot of shoes and stuff. I always thought girls' rooms would be, like, more tidy, more cute, and bright and girly. Maybe that's just the misconception that guys have. I mean, Rena's room is like this, and Neon's room has comics laying around everywhere. Well, this old man isn't a little girl after all. Me? I think that was just Mii's manga room. Keiichi, have you ever been in Mii's actual room? Not in the main building, the one farther... Rika-chan. Shh. Shh. Ah, would you look at this? Look at all the books over here. Satsuko pointed over at Rena's desk. A big pile of books, some open, sat on top of it. Is it gonna be Oishi? What kind of books is it this time? Comic book volumes, maybe? What's this? Modern Washi Mahjong like the Crying Jacket story of a Mahjong wanderer. Wait, these are all books on Mahjong. What? Well then, it's time for me to declare reach. I finally got a good tile. That's a lie! Rena knows. Akasaka-san, you've been pretending to build your hand since turn 5, but you're actually just discarding your drawers. You're switching the tiles in your hand to make it look like you're keeping them. But why would you suddenly declare Riichi now? Why now? Rena understands. You could stay in Tenpai without Riichi, but you got a good tile to get rid of, and make your discards look good. All for a trap? All for a trap? Now this is a surprise. Ryugu-san, how in the world did you become such an incredible Mahjong player? It's true, Akasaka-san's discards are nice and filled with pin tiles, and he even has a Suji, making the 6-pin look like a safe tile, doesn't it? You're good. That was a splendid read. That's a lie! Why do you keep lying? Why? You were lying just now. This is a trap to get Oishi-san to think you're waiting on the 6-pin. Oh? Oh! Is that true, Akasaka-san? Yeah. You're good, Rena-chan. Have you been playing Mahjong long? No, not really. I just read a bunch of manga. Because, well, I just wanted to play with Oishi-san. Rena's cheeks flushed pink, and she snuggled up next to Oishi's arm. Oishi grinned, not as dissatisfied as he'd like others to think, his upper lip pulling up way up high in his excitement. Mm-hmm. No. Well, what's going on now? Does this mean I finally have the charm of a dandy now that I've reached the end of my middle age? Oh, this is the tile you wanted, Oishi-san. Here you go. If you roll on this, you'll get a mangan, and you can turn the tables on Akasaka-san. Oh. Would you look at that? You even know the tile I needed. Mm-hmm. I've been blessed with a good partner tonight. Yeah, if I lose any more, I won't have enough money to pay for the Shinkansen fare back home. I'm sorry, Yukie, but I can't back down here now. Not now. Armor-piercing bullet. Oh, what a cute tile. I'm taking you home with me. Pon, Chi, and another con. I'm taking all the So tiles home with me. Oh, Ryuku-san. Akasaka-san is already in Richi. Isn't it dangerous to reveal more Dora? Oishi, what a game. The table's like a typhoon. Young lady, your hand is clear for all to see. I won't play into it. This isn't a So tile. And with more Dora on the table, I'll press my attack. I'll call another con as well. Oh, I'll run off your con. Chankan, Dora, one red, a manga. What? What kind of mahjong are you playing, young lady? A Yakuless hand? Well, beginner's luck happens sometimes. You have to be especially careful when playing against a beginner. Oh. Well, that tile fell over when you were making your wall, Akasaka-san. Mr. Investigator, you got a glimpse of it, didn't you? You've been looking over it at it all game, thinking about something. Oh, what? You mean you predicted my con and used it in a trap? Well. Wonderful. Ryugu-san, what talent you have. This is a surprise. Oh, if Rena does even better, will you let her be your partner, Oishi-san? Yes, of course, yes. Come, let's keep the momentum going tonight. This is the first time in my life I've had such a compatible tag team partner. Gah. No, we can't show her mercy anymore. We'll have to play for real, or we'll never beat her. Not even you can compete with her, Akasaka? I can feel raw ambition, the kind that not even a lot of veteran players have. The smell of gunpowder. There's no mistaking it. This girl has a gift. Oishi-san, this has gotten interesting. I'll give it my all. Bring it on. Ryugu-san, let's take everything Akasaka-san's got. He'll be paying for our entire victory celebration tonight. Oh, we'll take him together. And then we'll have a night celebration all by ourselves. Oh. Ren is amazing. She could do anything if it was for someone she liked. The word impossible isn't in her cute mode's dictionary. Even during club, none of us have as many ups and downs as she does. You're right. Her results after she's exploded and when she hasn't are strikingly different. Anyway, we can let these people play their mahjong games. More importantly, Hanyu. We have it this time, right? Oh well? There's no doubt. Oishi is carrying it right now. Oishi, we're sorry for interrupting you on the job. Did you happen to pick up a white Magatama in Hinamizawa? Or rather, a white keyring with a seal on it? Oh yes, I believe I did. I remember. I figured I'd bring it to the person managing the lost property, but I forgot. If I don't bring it there, that'd be misappropriation, you know? That belongs to Rika. Please return it at once. That's right. That Magatama is the reason Ren is acting like this. Now that I've revealed it, he won't want to return it. We'll turn it back to normal, so please give it back. Ah, you idiot. What are you... What? I see. So that's how it was. And here I thought I'd reached the peak of my middle age. Then if I return this keyring to you all, Ryugu-san will go back to normal? I'm not sure I like that. I'll need Ryugu-san's help to retake everything I've lost tonight, so I'll be borrowing her for a little while longer. We can't let you do that. Rena asked us to save her, and I promised to save Rena. Give her back right now. What to do? Well, just like how you all settle differences with your classroom club games, in this parlor we decide everything with Mahjong. That's right. If he gives that Magatama back, Rena won't be able to be Oishi-san's partner anymore. Rena doesn't want that. She doesn't. Oh. It'll be fine. When Ryugu-san and I give it all we have, nobody can beat us. We're the greatest Mahjong team that's ever lived. Oh. Rena will be with you forever, Oishi-san. Oh. Idiot. That isn't how you really feel. The Magatama's just making you lie to yourself. Do you remember what you said when you were sane? You said you didn't want someone else to have control over your feelings. You wanted us to save you. So Rena, I'll rescue you. Sorry, but can someone give me their seat? I don't mind, but they've already cleaned me out. I get it. We can't let Oishi-san get away with misappropriating someone's lost property. I'll help you, Maibara-kun. Keiichi-kun, I think you'll get stripped down to your underwear, cleaned out, and then thrown out of the parlor. Just like when the platypunks kicked out Torneko. You don't really mean that. You actually asked us for help. Rena, I'll be the one to rescue you. Right. We won't rescue you. We will. That's important, so don't get it wrong. Me needs to learn to read the mood, Nipa. Well, I don't favor the odds if Keiichi-san is by himself. Let's all help him, as his staff advisors. Come. We'll have a single East round with this sealed keyring on the line. Let's raise the stakes. We'll take back everything we lost today. Well, Akasaka-san is finally baring his fangs too. Serious East round games like this are a lot more exciting than playing lazily all night long. Then we have our match between Keiichi-kun plus the club members with Akasan versus Rena and Oishi's lovey-dovey Puyo Puyo combo. Whoever gets first place wins for their team. I get it, so even if I come in last, if my partner's first, we still win. So even if Keiichi-san can't pull his own weight, Akasaka-san just has to get first place in his stead. This is not all that disadvantageous. Oh, but it is. That just means the partner can deal into their ally's hand as much as they want. The more in sync they are, the more terrifying it is. Rena's team is far more of an advantage with this rule. Maibara-kun, let's take it slow and steady. Mahjong games are only lost when you get riled up and stop thinking. Still, Akasaka-san, you can't lose in Mahjong when it's not heated, but you can only win when it is. A team getting third and fourth despite never dealing in happens quite often. Those who don't really understand Mahjong, myself included, would like an explanation. What are the rules to this game anyway? Oh wow. Oh, an East round game, also called a Tonpusen, is a short match that ends as soon as the dealership goes around once. If the team with the first place player wins, then victory will be determined by how well the partners work together. And since it's such a short match, Keiichi and Akasaka won't have any time to feel each other out. Oh. Hey, can't you just go around behind them and tell us what tiles they have? Oh, that would be cheating! You know, the Magatamas of Fuwarazu you made are just as much of a cheating device. Just take responsibility and help us out. Rika-chan, what are you muttering about? Please be quiet, I'm trying to focus. Keiichi, I have a way to cheat and secretly look at their hands. Now we can't possibly lose. When did you set that up? If we know their tiles, we'll never lose. Great. This is a good flow. My Barcoon, how are you doing? I've got no clue. Maybe I should be backing you up. I'll make a Honitsu with Mon tiles. Save up low-numbered Mon tiles and Wind tiles too, just to be sure. I get it. I'll collect the tiles you need and then deal them in. Got it. So this is a team match. Once Akusaka-san knows the tile he needs is in Keiichi-san's hands, he can declare Riichi, and then get even more points with his surefire Ippatsu. Which means Kei-chan has to be careful. If the other team realizes which one is collecting tiles for the other, it'll be really bad. He has to choose his discards carefully to make sure it looks like he's playing normally. Otherwise, he'll make a mistake and deal into them, and it'll be all for nothing. It'll be fine. We have Rika-chan reading their tiles. I won't let a single dangerous tile out of my grasp. Oh, I wonder what they're talking about. I'm sure it's a trick. Oishi-san, be careful. Whenever Michan and the others smile like that, they've got an evil plan up their sleeves. All of the club members are playing, so I'm prepared for that, of course. But we're not going to go down quite so easily. Right? Right. Wow, they're two peas in a pod. I don't know how Rena really feels, but she certainly seems happy right now. My Barcoon, I need to discard a tile, but it's the Dora. Judging by the state of the game, Oishi-san wants to call it. Actually, he could even be going for a cheap hand to win right away. You said you had a way to look at our opponent's hands, right? Can you check to see if it's safe? There it is. Rika-chan, how's it look? There it is. How is it, Hanya? saying there it is. Ugh. You might as well just leave it out. Oh wow. Oishi's hand is a jumbled mess. He doesn't have anything ready. It's a complete mess. You heard her, Akusaka-san. Alright. I'll discard it. Then Rena attacks. No! Roll. Hanyu! She doesn't get Mahjong. Oh. But look! Oishi's hand is a mess right now. Oishi turned his hand over and plucked the winning tile right into it. Yes, at a glance, it looked like a jumbled mess, but only because he purposely had organized his tiles. Once a person gets to veteran level and above in Mahjong, they can easily read where another player's discarded tiles come from in their hand, and to an extent, predict what else they had. So he'd kept his tiles out of order on purpose, a high-level technique to confuse his opponents. That's not like you, Akusaka-san. Akusaka's making a face. He probably thinks we aren't reliable. Grr, I can't stand the thought of being as useless because of Hanyu. In any case, now that Hanyu won't be of any help, the only thing we can do is watch their struggle and hope. Oh, pawn for me. Once more as a bonus. Pawn. Alright, Ryu-san, just a moment longer. Here, gone. My, how strange. Ryu-san's open pawn is worth 3 Dora now. Oh, Oishi-san, that was wonderful. Ho. Crap, looks like Rena's the attacker, and Oishi-san is her backup. Kei-chan, Akusaka-san's hand is cheap, but it's nearly done. Rena's 3 Dora are scary. There. Deal in and end the hand. You'll lose points, but Akusaka-san will get back what he lost in the last hand. Alright, got it. Akusaka-san, this one, right? Nice discard. Wrong. Pinfu with 1 Dora. Ah, Keiichi-kun, that was mean. Sorry, Rena, I'm serious too. Akusaka-san, we can't lose this match, no matter what. Please, lend me your strength. Of course. And I'll get a first-class seat with a luxury meal on the way home. Before we knew it, an audience had formed, and there was a rare level of excitement in the parlor. Generally, to prevent cheating, parlors didn't allow people to watch other players' games. The only time people could gather like this was when some special event was going on. Well, you got me. I'll just have to declare Riichi. The onlookers stirred. In a short East round only match, people normally prioritized quick, surefire wins over high-value hands. Declaring Riichi added a Yaku and got you more points, but it meant declaring you were in Tenpai, so it would make your opponents cautious. In other words, it made them go against the fundamental concept of a short match. Keiichi-san, my trap senses are tingling. It must be a trap. I trust you, Satoko. What kind of trap could it be? From what this old man can see, Rena's hand has been too quiet. She's been in Tenpai for a few turns now, switching Dora and red tiles into her hand. And now she's on a clear double-sided weight? I don't understand any of that. How is that in Oishi's Riichi a trap? Anyway, it's my turn. I'm on support, so I can discard more easily than Akasaka-san. I'll have to discard something already out, so I don't deal in. Any tiles Oishi-san already discarded are perfectly safe, right? Like this one? Keiichi-san, that's a trap. I bet Renaissance waiting on the safe tile Oishi-san just used to declare Riichi with. What? Setting up one obvious trap to draw your attention, then putting the real one somewhere else. It's the very first thing you learn in trap school. Well, that's possible. But we can't ignore Oishi-san's Riichi either. So this is a difficult situation. The audience hummed. That reaction told us our read was probably true. Rena's team seemed to realize we'd seen through their trap and started grinning at each other, wondering how we'd get past it. If we keep going, eventually Akasaka-san will have to discard dangerous tiles. Don't we win if Akasaka-san gets first place? Yeah, which means we have to take the safe route to minimize risks. Fortunately, that dangerous tile is in Kei-chan's hand too. In other words, Kei-chan has to discard that tile and step on the landmine first. Oh well, Akasaka's hand is very pretty. And pretty hands are worth a lot of points. I see. Akasaka can't pass such a good hand up. Then it falls to Keiichi to be the outrider. I'm sorry, but please. Even if I get last place, Akasaka-san just has to get first. Alright, here I go. Orya! He slammed down the dangerous tile. And? Did it pass? How unfortunate indeed. How unfortunate indeed. Quit being so vague about it. Did it go through or didn't it? Oh, it went through. We made it through somehow. But Mion didn't let the subtle movement from Rena escape her. Rena's good at seeing through other people's lies, but not so good at hiding her own, is she? Your eyes just drifted there for a moment. How? No, they didn't. Mion knew. That tile was the tile Rena needed. But Rena overlooked it, avoiding a direct hit on Keiichi on purpose. Why? Because she wanted to go for our team's ace, Akasaka. How naive, Oishi-san. Maybe you should have let her roam. I'm not sure what you're on about. Well, I'll just discard the same tile now. Oishi's expression twisted in anguish. The rules of Mahjong state that once you've let your winning tile go, and that winning tile is discarded again before your turn comes, you're not allowed to win off of it. They'd seen through the trap perfectly and evaded it with brilliant team play, and the crowd began to stir, satisfied with praise. But my Riichi is still in effect. Ryugu-san, it looks like they saw through us. You should go all in and declare Riichi. How? Rena Riichis too. The same as Oishi-san. Oh. He's good. Akasaka's hand is in Tenpai. What will you do, Akasaka-san? Go for it? Yeah, nobody's hand is changing at this point. Alright, I'll declare Riichi too. Whoa! Oh, really now? We're both in Riichi over here. Will you really be able to win? Oh, you got in the way of Rena and Oishi-san's private Riichi. Boo-hoo. But it's okay, because Keiichi-kun will give me my tile. Won't you? Gah, just can it. My hand's coming along too. With just one more good tile, I'll turn the situation around. I see. In some rounds, everyone has a fast hand. People are often waiting on the same tile in times like these. Please be careful. Ah, a double wrong can happen. Kei-chan, if you deal into a double wrong in an East round, we won't be able to recover. I wouldn't discard it even if you told me to. But the further along your hand gets, Keiichi, the less tiles you'll be able to discard. It'll get more and more dangerous. Crap, do I keep going or play it safe? Kei-chan, try getting as far as you can first. If you end up with a dangerous tile, then you can abandon your hand. Right, got it. Huh? This tile is... Oh, it fits! Ugh, it fits, but not in a good way. You don't have Tanyo or Pinfu. You're in Tenpai without a Yaku. Oh, well. I've been watching the whole time, so I know this is right. That tile on the end of the wall in front of Oishi, the one with the scuffed corner, is the tile Oishi needs. Really? You know for sure? Yes, I do. Oishi has the Yaku where all his tiles come in pairs, so there's only one tile he doesn't have. Oh, I know that Yaku. It's called Chi Toitsu, right? I get it. It's easy to control your discards when going for a Chi Toi. It's the best Yaku for the team's support. Who will end up drawing that tile? 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, that isn't good. It'll be Akasaka-san's draw. How? Satsuko-chan is making a worried face. I wonder why. I know why. That's the face of someone who just drew the wrong tile. How? Rika-chan, will Kei-chan's unneeded tile pass? I'll check. On you? Oh, it's fine. It's okay. This time I know it. She says this time it's for sure. Alright. Kei-chan, discard it and declare Riichi. Hey, wait! If I do that, I'll have to discard wherever I draw. Since both our enemies are in Riichi, I won't be able to avoid it. My defenses will be down. I get it. That's an option too. Akasaka-san, are you alright with that? It was a good hand, but if the enemy's sure to draw their winning tile, we won't have a choice. Please do it. Alright, Kei-chan, time to Riichi. Damn. Don't blame me for what happens. If this passes, Riichi! Once again, Oishi made a face, and another wave of noise came from the crowd of onlookers. I had no idea what it meant, since I didn't know the rules, but it seemed like that was a masterful play. I wonder why. It passed, right? Great! With all 4 players in Riichi, this hand ends in a draw. How? A draw? It's over? Oh ho ho ho! Now, Rena-san, if you wouldn't mind showing us your hand. Rena revealed her hand, and another loud stir rippled through the crowd. From their reaction, I guess she had a fairly high-value Yaku. Mio never ceased to impress. She knew we had a poor chance at winning, so she forced a draw. I wonder if the beat will go to someone else, and it'll be Kyosuke. Yeah, so close. If she pulled off her Hanuman, we would have had it in the bag. We won't let you win so easily. I'm serious, and my Barkun and the rest are just as serious. We're in this for the long haul. This has turned into quite the interesting night. A high-level battle indeed. This is the kind of mahjong I've always wanted to play. Yes, and my blood is boiling for the first time in a while. It's time to get even more serious. But it won't work. Rena is here, so Oishi-san is going to win for sure. After all, Ren and Oishi-san were fated to meet again ever since their previous lives. Ren and Oishi-san will become legendary mahjong players together. Ho ho ho! You fell in love with Tomitake-san, so you started using cameras. With Takano-san, you said you wanted to do your very own Watanagashi. And with Oishi-san, you learned about mahjong. You just fly headlong into everything, don't you? Oh, Ren would do anything for the person she loves. This is where we settle things. Oh, I think I'll chi that. I'm taking it home with me. I'm not letting you. I'm pawning that. Give it to me. Great, I'll use the chance to Richi. Now, if Keiichi-kun deals in, I'll have a Richi, Ippatsu, Pinfu, Tanya, a Mongon. Then I'll pawn that to get rid of the Ippatsu. Without that, it's only 3 Han. Your hand just got a lot cheaper. And Rena will pawn the tile Oishi-san discarded. And now here's one for you, Oishi-san. I'll calm that. Make or break time. Will I crush you with a Rinshan? Bring it on! Draw it! Mahjong is a game where luck and skill are intertwined. Even the greatest of veterans can be overturned by luck. But the game is too deep for amateurs to win with just luck alone. Those who won in the end were only those with enough passion to create their own luck. Bring it to me now. Please, God in heaven, let Oishi-san draw what he needs. Oh. Ba-bum. But it wasn't enough. Oishi, no Rinshan. Which means Oishi's team can no longer stop Akasaka from winning. Alright, this is the one. Nice discard. That's wrong. Richi, Pinfu, Tanya. Now I'm finally at the top. Oh, we've done it. But it's not over, and he doesn't have a big lead. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. How many hands are we in now? 3? Oh, the game isn't over. The power of Rena's love can turn this around. Piece of cake. Comma period. The match seemed unthinkably intense from the position of an idle spectator. But Rena still truly impressed me. We all knew a bit about the rules of Mahjong from when it came up during club, but she shouldn't have been strong enough to sit at the same table as Oishi and his group. And yet, she fell in love with Oishi because of the Magatama of Fuwaruzu, studied enough to match his abilities, and actually caught up with him. Rena has surprisingly terrifying latent abilities. This incident has proven beyond a doubt that Rena is incredible. Yeah, this old man thinks she's pretty good. She's more than pretty good. Even without this team match, Rena still has the ability to rival Oishi-san and Akasaka-san. Ah, that's not what I meant. I was just thinking, well, that trying to match her taste to the one she likes and putting all of her effort into it is praiseworthy itself. When you start to like someone, the first thing you do is try and pull them into your own world, right? You try and get them to like the things you like. Isn't that the normal thing to do? That's what I would do. There's probably more of us than you think. But Ren is different. Whether it's Tomitake-san, or Mio-san, or Oishi-san. She tried her very best to match herself to their interests. The short time she took to learn it all is crazy, of course. But I'm not surprised about that as much as I am about her putting in the effort to match her partner. Perhaps you're correct. All that work matching yourself to them would be exhausting, wouldn't it? Right? Maybe pulling someone into your own world means tiring them out. So if you were a good couple from the start, you'd both have to step into the other's world to an extent. But not many people try to meet them halfway without being asked. Everyone else tries to make the other person step into their own footprint, but don't make the effort to step into the others. For some reason, Neon's uncharacteristic musing hurt a little. I understand what you mean. I think I always pulled others in, and never tried to step into their world. That probably goes for Satoko, too. And me. By the way, me, you never let anyone who asked into the club, but you actually approached Keiichi yourself, didn't you? Uh-huh. Did I? Well, there were no ulterior motives there. This old man doesn't know what you mean. If there was anything this incident taught me, it was that Rena would be a great wife in the future. Which means we have to sell this match as soon as we can get Rena back into her right mind. Yes, we do. All day I've been thinking of Rena-san as a funny person. But she's not funny at all. In fact, we should be learning from her. Somehow I get the feeling I won't finish today. Hey, would you old ladies in the crowd quit trading gossip? More importantly, check to see whether this one will pass. Aye, aye, sir. Ho, 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 ho. If it's the right one, it'll hurt. Oh, this one is a Wishy-san's. Here you go. Wrong. Rena-san and I are the greatest team on the planet. Boy, if only you had been born 20 years earlier. Oh, our age difference doesn't mean anything. Oishi-san and Rena, the greatest team. Oh. Keiichi, we all know how good a person Rena really is. Let's end this farce. Yeah. I don't know what kind of love she'll have or what kind of person she'll marry. But that's for Rena to decide. She doesn't need any creepy magic to help her out. Hanyu mumbled in protest, but I ignored her. Some might want to borrow that magic strength, but others would create their own destiny without relying on another's power. Rena was obviously the latter sort. Well, there is no former or latter. Everyone wants to create their own destiny, with their own strength. When you start thinking that some people can do that, but others can't, it's like admitting to yourself that you're one of the ones who can't do it. Rena's force of will seemed divine. She laughed in such a vulgar way, but she looked noble. I've lived 100 years, but I didn't think I could come anywhere near the lesson Rena, who hadn't even lived half that time, had made me learn. That broad smile of Rena's was only for the person she had truly decided on. Dinner's ready. Eventually, the heated match ended, and we tallied the scores. There were no huge hands, only the trading of a few .6 here and there, so it seemed like they found it difficult to know who won. Oichi and Rena both seemed like they'd won to a certain extent. Keiichi was certain to be dead last, but he did a good job giving Akusaka support. If he could take first place, they'd win as a team, so Keiichi getting last was decided from the start. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa! We did it! Akusaka-san is first place! Yeah! Phew! It looks like all the .6 from the four-way reaching did a lot. We lost. No, we may have lost the match, but we were in a dominant position from beginning to end. In a normal Mahjong game, we would have won by a landslide. Well, really, winning or losing doesn't matter. We got to play some truly excellent Mahjong. Ryu-san, you're very good at getting your partner fired up, and making Mahjong fun. But I can't say I'm alright with you coming here by yourself so late. If you're going to come here, please do it once you're an adult, alright? Oh, okay. We won the game, but I feel like we've lost something else. We'll chalk it up to Rena being amazing. With all that tension gone, I'm tired all of a sudden, even though it's still early. Oh yes, I promised to give back this keyring, didn't I? Whoops! Sorry! When Oishi plucked the Magatama from his pocket, his fingers slipped and flung it away. And why did Keiichi have to choose that exact moment to yawn? I swallowed it. What? What are you doing, Kei-chan? Throw it up! Throw it up! This old man will punch you in the abdomen. Satoko, hold his hands behind his back. And wham, wham. Please stop. Oh, be quiet. Quiet. My body's going to regret this later. Hanyu, does this mean we're too late? Oh. Once it goes into someone's stomach, it gets melted down and absorbed. We need to do something before 30 minutes go by. But we have the red and white Magatama now. If we take Keiichi and Rena to the Furude Shrine, I can undo the curse right away. Alright, then. We're bringing the two of them to the shrine before they do something they can't take back. Come on, me, Satoko. We're dragging them over there. Aye, aye, sir. According to Hanyu, the Magatama of Fuwarazu wouldn't take effect until after a short period of time. By the time we peeled Rena away from Oishi and took her out of the Mahjong parlor, she had suddenly gone back to her normal self. But we couldn't waste time, because if we did that, she'd start getting cozy with Keiichi. We got on our bikes and rushed to the shrine. Man, this is really taking a while. It was just about dinner time. Now this old man is starving. But it's good that we settled everything safely. Though it may be rude to Rena of me to say, today was rather fun. Fun or not, we got a glimpse of how terrifying Rena really is. Can't say I'm totally satisfied with the ending though. Why not? Did we not resolve things safely and smoothly? You're being a bit odd, Mion-san. For some reason, Mion didn't seem to be very amused seeing Rena and Keiichi riding side by side. It was funny to me, so I let it slide. Alright, Rena, Keiichi, once you clean your hands, you two have to pray. And keep praying until I say it's okay. Got it. Come on, Rena, let's get this over with and settle things. If we waste time, that weird power will start affecting you again. Yeah. Oh, little by little, well, I think I feel it coming on. Hey, Rika-chan, this is bad. Please hurry. I am hurrying, so you focus your mind on prayer. Alright. Hey, Keiichi-kun. What? Back there, when you, saved me. Thanks. Do I look like I'd abandon a friend? There's no need to thank me. Okay. The things you said to me back then, well, I was kind of happy. Kind of. When you said you'd rescue me? That by itself, even though my mind was all fuzzy, I heard it loud and clear. It made me happy. I didn't mean anything special by it. Well, it just seemed like the right thing to say at the time. I mean, it's pretty cliche. Keiichi-kun, you want to get the Magatama out of your stomach as soon as you can, right? That's a dumb question. I don't want to have some weird thing stuck in there forever. Right. It would bother you if, well, someone like Rena started clinging to you. Hey, don't get me wrong here. I'm not in a rush because I hate you or anything. I mean, when the power starts up again, you'll, start clinging to me, right? I mean, I'm, a man too, so I wouldn't hate that, but your emotions being toyed with, I don't think that's fair. Because that's not how you really feel, right? That love you have is for the person you actually fall in love with. It's unfair to them if you let this weirdo mystical power direct it at me. Yeah, you're right. Oh, but Keiichi-kun, back when we were playing Mahjong, did you hear the others talk about how amazing it is that I match myself to my partner? Well, I guess. This isn't just me being humble, but everyone can put in the work to get someone they fall in love with to like them back, if they want. It's not a special power Rena has. If the person you liked said they liked homemade cookies, Rena isn't the only one who would want to do her best to make some. Mi-chan and Satoko-chan and Rika-chan all would. And of course, you have that power too, Keiichi-kun. Is that how it works? I guess I can relate to liking your homemade cookies though, Rena. I really thought they were delicious when I ate them yesterday. Thanks. And Rena doesn't always match herself to her partner either. Sometimes when she tries to pull them into her own world, she drags them in without thinking of the bother she's being. She's talking about the dump trash stuff. Yep. Well, at first I was pretty confused about that. I was surprised when I first learned a normal girl had a hobby like that, but it ended up being a good memory for me. Yeah, it makes sense that it confused you. Because it's weird. Rena shouldn't bother inviting you out for that. If the other person doesn't seem like they'll enjoy it, it's probably better not to force them to come, yeah. There are a lot of guys out there who are too soft to say anything. Yeah, you're right. But don't get me wrong. I've always thought it was fun. After all, I promised that if tomorrow's club ends early, I'll go treasure hunting with you again. Yeah, you did. Yeah. Well, I'll stick with you until you find someone you truly want to bring on a treasure hunt. So don't worry and leave the manual labor to me. But I don't think I'd be able to move a refrigerator by myself. Oh no. Keiichi-kun, the Magatama of Furuwazu. Its power is coming up again. Ah, crap, that's not good. Just focus on praying for now. Those feelings will go away in a few moments, so hold tight. You're right. They'll disappear soon. Sheesh. I can't believe a god made such an annoying treasure. He should think about the trouble he's causing. Maybe. Rena, well, I think it was a wonderful treasure. Some people really like someone. They really love them, and need something to give them a little push. I'm sure there have always been lots of people like that. This magic treasure gave people like that a lot of happiness, I think. Well, you're the biggest victim of all this, so I guess I can agree. Oh, no more. Hey, Rika-chan, again? Hurry! I am hurrying. I'm going as fast as I can. Keiichi-kun, this, might not be how I really feel. It might be the Magatama's power, okay? Well, Ryugu, she really, really loves you, Keiichi-kun. I just wanted to tell you that, since the magic is going away soon. Stupid. Don't let that power get the better of you. You want to be true to yourself, right? Yeah. I hope the Magatama's magic goes away soon. It wasn't affecting her at all. Because if it doesn't then, no matter how brave my words are, they wouldn't tell you anything. Oh, whoa. Did you hear that, Rika? Rena just confessed to Keiichi. Oh, whoa. Yeah, I heard just fine. I don't give a damn about Keiichi, but this ticks me off for some reason. Maybe I'll make them bunny hop up and down the shrine stairs and tell them it's part of the ritual. It was a good thing Mion and Satsuko couldn't hear that. If they had, they'd probably drop Keiichi into a 100-game long losing streak of punishment games. Should I tell them about it right now? That would feel perfectly refreshing. And also, Akasaka, if you were here, why didn't you come to my place and say hello, instead of being so absorbed with your mahjong? Maybe I'll go tell on him to his wife in Tokyo, and make a few things up along the way. And yet, with the kind of day today was, there was one certain idiot wearing a refreshed smile, as though something good had happened. Onigafuchi Village was always a very small world. They needed something wonderful to happen once in a while. That was why I granted them the Magatama of Fuwazu. Look, I know you're trying to wrap everything up now, but you're going to start stalking this newborn couple with that dumb smirk, aren't you? That's a mean way to say it. If you've forgotten, I'm a god. That was very disrespectful. Oh. If I apologize for being disrespectful, I'd have to make a few offerings to put you back in a good mood, right? Those cream puffs I had Akasaka bring back? Oh, how strange. I've got powered-up kimchi cream puffs, a red-hot spiciness the likes of which this country has never tasted before, coming your way. Maybe they'll go well with bok choy. Those will go terribly together. Kimchi is for the grilled meat store. Cream puffs are for my refined and elegant rakes. It's the same with toilet cleaners. Don't mix them. It's dangerous. Hey, Rika-chan. How long do we have to do this? Oh, I'm sorry. The ritual is over now, so you're all good now. Nippara? I'm starving from using up all my power, so I'll have to go eat a big plate of kimchi as soon as possible. Oh, whoa. Bang, slam, bang, slam. Anyway, well, we had a half-baked ending, but everything worked out peacefully. For that night, anyway. So is that the end of the chapter? Oh no, there's a bit more. How? Jie-sensei, help me! It's a molester! That's cruel, Ren-chan. You promised me yesterday. Look, I got you a nurse outfit in your size. Let's have a private photo shoot, just you and me. No! You're sweaty, so let me go. Hands off, Jiro-san. Ren-chan really doesn't want you doing that. No, you let go, Takuma-san. I finally found my soulmate and the greatest photo subject in the world. I'm going to fill all my film with pictures of Rena in a nurse outfit. Oh, I'm taking you home with me. Rena-chan doesn't have any interest in dirty apes like you. Right, Rena-chan? Starting today, you can call me One-sama, okay? Oh no, your tie is crooked. Both of you, let me go. Why is this happening to me? Why? Why? This isn't because of the Magatama, so I can't do anything else. To take responsibility, I'll only eat a mixture of kimchi, wasabi, and mustard for all 3 meals today. Whoa. Rika, you're a demon. A savage. Then think about what you've done. Once you're sorry, make a magic love item that's a bit more considerate, and then give it to me. You better promise. And that's how it ends. I wonder if there will be more after this third one, actually, now that I think about it. Because they always had extras at the end. Within these pages of the Bible blazing you know, minutes the after party. Truly degenerate, you say. Mayakashi. I think that's chapter 5, but I might be wrong. And it's decided. Keiichi Maibara is in last place today. Whoa! No, not again. I lost again. That was how it came to be that Keiichi Maibara once again played an embarrassing punishment game. For the sake of his honor, we'll keep exactly how embarrassing it would be a secret for now. No, please forgive me. I can't get married anymore. Now he's at home at night. Why? Why can't I win? I've been losing constantly lately. I'm a punishment game regular at this point. Is this it? Am I just everyone's dress-up doll now? Keiichi was just experiencing firsthand what it meant to cry into one's pillow. Ah, God, Buddha, if you're out there, please, grant my prayers. I don't want to have to lose these club games forever. Please, grant me the power to never lose again. Just then, with a bang, a ceiling tile flew off, and 3 figures swooped down from it. Ah! Don't be so distant, Kei! God, Buddha, the Holy Mother, you pray to many. When you have other more reliable allies, you could be asking first. Tomi, Cloud, and Eerie. On the scene. Wow, what do you 3 want at this hour? I'm not going to ask why you showed up from inside the ceiling for now. Isn't it obvious? We're siblings in spirit. Soul brothers. That's right, Kay. Your worries are our worries. You were crying just now, weren't you? About how you can't win at club games lately. We shall grant your wishes brilliantly. We'll make you win. We'll give you the strength to win. Everyone, thank you. Squeaks. The 4 men engaged in a tight group hug. It was a touching scene of ardent friendship. Alright, gotta remove the cat real quick. Alright, and we're back. I should buy the next Higurashi soon. I want to win, but I just can't. I wonder why. Hey, why do you want to win? Do you want to win because you don't want to lose? Well, yeah. The punishment games have been escalating in embarrassment lately. I just want to avoid being last place somehow. That passive stance is the problem. If you avoid last place, you won't have to play the punishment games, you say? That lack of fighting spirit is the very reason you can't win. You're right. Right now, I'm not after first place. I figure it's enough just to avoid the punishment games. I see you've realized it. At some point, your fear of the punishment games stripped you of your fangs of greed. When you regain those fangs, Kay, your true power will bloom once more. You really are my seniors in life. You're right. But how am I supposed to get my fangs back? You lost your fangs because you were scared of the punishment games. But if you think about it, you can also use that to get them back. Huh? Cloud, what does that mean? I'm talking about the punishment games. Take Mion-chan, for example. She's the one who always dresses you in shameful outfits, isn't she? What if you dressed her up in those embarrassing outfits instead? Embarrassing things Mion made me wear. Yeah, I remember. When she made me wear the school swimsuit. I'll remember that humiliation for my entire life. Yes, take revenge on her for that humiliation. Put Mion-san in a school swimsuit. Well now, just making her wear it isn't enough. What about making her go to class for an entire day with it on? What? I thought punishment games were things you only had to endure for a few minutes. By extending it to an entire day, what a wicked punishment game it would become. In Erie's delusions, he made Mion wear a school swimsuit, forced her to spend an entire day walking around in it. Wouldn't the impossible mismatch of wearing a school swimsuit with socks and shoes be delightful? And while she wore it in class, wouldn't her face be bright red? Whoa! That's good. That's very good. It would be so embarrassing she'd spurt fire from her face. But the rules of her own club were the one thing she couldn't break, so she'd have to endure the humiliation all through class. Normally, I could always feel her joy at winning everything in her supremely confident expression. What do you think, Kay? Wouldn't a punishment game like that make you want to win? It does. It really does. Erie, you're amazing. But this is only the start, Kay. Now that you've realized the significance of being Mion-chan, you can realize it for the other club members too. Yeah. After Mion would have to be Rena. School swimsuits are nice, everyone, but I would definitely want to put her in maid clothes. That's good. Very good. I think maid clothes would suit Rena-chan. Now hold on, simply making her wear clothes doesn't amount to a punishment game. Why, Cloud? You think we should make her wear it in class too? Cloud waggled his finger and grinning. For this, you see, you should have her help you eat a refreshing bowl of yogurt. What? Cloud, how is that a punishment game? In Cloud's fantasy, Kay was making maid Rena hold a short spoon in her mouth backwards, and then she awkwardly scooped up some yogurt with it and brought it, trembling, towards the winner's mouth. She wasn't using her hands, so the yogurt dripped down to make the spots around her chest and mouth dirty, and that by itself was an incredible image. And as she brought the spoon in her mouth towards his face, close enough for him to feel her very breath, when she put the yogurt in his mouth, their lips would meet over the spoon. Whoa! You know, that's a game they play at the shops with girls in them. Maybe that was a little too stimulating for a minor like you, Maibara-san. Cloud! I never knew of any shops with that kind of game. You can leave all the naughty shops to me. Yeah, Cloud's the best. Great, then what should we do to Satoko and Rika-chan? That pair has done some terrible things to me before. For this, we'll want to use Angel Mort uniforms. They keep making you wear them, so I bet you want to return the favor once in a while. Just making them wear it wouldn't be fun, of course. And so, I have a good idea. Here it is. Have them stand in for cleaning duty, like wiping down the windows and such. Tomi, that's an interesting idea, but it's missing an important moe factor. Why wiping the windows anyway? In Tomi's fantasy, Satoko and Rika were forced to change into S-size Angel Mort uniforms. Satoko hadn't thought she'd end up wearing something like that, and she'd glare at Kei with a bright red face, struggling to hide her embarrassment. Then they would carry a desk to the window and climb up on top. And this is the important part. We get them to wipe the windows. With their butts. What? Bright red mist spurts from the noses of Kei, Cloud, and Eerie. In their fantasy, the two of them had never even considered being made to do this in those uniforms, and even Rika-chan had her gaze downward in embarrassment. And then the both of them would use their butts to wipe it in circles. Squeak, squeak, squeak. According to Tomi, the windows part was important. In other words, you could see them from everywhere outside the windows. As expected of a photographer, his obsessions were something else. How's that? How do you like the punishment game I thought of? Tomi, 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 the greatest! Whoa! Oh, now that I think about it, I owe quite a bit to that Shion, too. Very good, very good. Let's think of a revenge punishment game for her that will heal Kei's bitterness. Well, the Sonozaki siblings have real nice figures. They make me want to work hard. I'd lean towards taking off clothes rather than putting them on. One option is just have her remove one article at a time, just like Ryugu-san made you do once. Hey everyone, I've just had a spark of inspiration. Please, hear out this idea of Kei's. First, we have Shion putting on a school swimsuit. You made Mion-chan wear one too. There's nothing amazing about that though. Tomi, don't rush the answer. And then, on top of that, we have her put on a full gym uniform. Then we make her strip. We'll have her only take the gym shorts off halfway though. Woo. My mind cannot comprehend such a collaboration. In Kei's fantasy, Shion, decked out in a gym uniform, was on her knees, face bright red. And, unable to disobey the winner's commands, trembling, she took her gym shorts halfway off. The school swimsuit's bottom peeked out from the half-removed shorts. Normally, girls weren't embarrassed about the exposure from a school swimsuit. But by having her take the gym clothes off to reveal it, the swimsuit gains an impossible moe factor. What an incredible combination, Kei. An impossible, absolutely impossible pairing of clothes, but you drew out the strong points of each, giving us Shion's ultimate form. Amazing, Kei! Whoa! Everyone, I know she's not a club member, but since we're thinking about punishment games, let's think up one for Takano-san. You're right. Her sensual figure is perfect for punishment games. Oh, jeez. But Takano-san seems cool and collected. She'd be able to withstand a regular one. Which just means this, Kei. We'll just have to come up with an even more amazing punishment game. Cool! This is really getting me fired up. Ah, crap. What kind of punishment game should we take to Takano-san? I got it. I think her voluptuous figure would, to say the least, fit well in a bunny suit. Oh, jeez. Shops with bunnies. Oh, yes. The kind where they hold a lighter up in their cleavage. We can't leave that out. But Cloud, his club is a school event, so wouldn't cigarette-related tools be a bit risky? Tomi, that's it. We could just have her put something from the school in there. You know how they have recorders, right? Jeez. Ah, recorders. Yes, I see. We'll put that in Takuro-san's rule-violating chest, her cleavage, in the middle of it. Recorders are long. They're definitely long enough. So then, she holds it in her breast, then wraps her tongue around it like this. Whoa, you're saying you'll make Takuro-san do that? I actually have her record it. Maybe I'll secretly test it out. Ugh, don't get ahead of the pack, Tommy. Aren't we soul brothers? Now that I think of it, our old man has a shakuhachi, so maybe I'll bring that. I played flute for a long time. Would that be okay? It's more than okay. Oh, we mustn't forget. There's Chie-sensei. What? As an instructor who teaches discipline, she'd never be able to go against the rules of a punishment game. Chie-sensei? Our teacher? Playing a punishment game. I'd never even thought of that. Chie-sensei is your teacher, Kei, which will let her through your woman filter. But Chie-sensei is wonderful. There are no gaps in her symmetrical body. If Takuro-san has a demonic allure, then Chie-sensei's charm is pure and angelic. Imagining the body hidden under that summer dress is the final paradise of intellectual imagination allowed to us middle-aged men. Summer dresses are like the best civilization. When you talk about her like that, I feel like I'm going to be too embarrassed to look her in the face tomorrow. What's wrong, Kei? How pathetic. Weren't you the one who just devised such a shameful punishment game for Shion-chan? Not seeing someone as a woman merely because she's your teacher? It looks like you need to study up a bit more. Chie-sensei, her butt sure is attractive. Gulp. Yes, that tightness. It is good. Eri, you have quite an eye for these things yourself. As expected of the school doctor. The first important thing is to destroy her sanctuary of teacherhood. So how about this? We put Chie-sensei at a podium in front of all the students, and demand to see her butt. Oh jeez, that's a bit too far. Yeah! Wait, tell me, that's the kind of situation you'd see in France Publishing House's female teacher series. I apologize. Not demand to see her butt. To see her do something with it. Remember back when you were a kid? Drawing letters with your butt for punishment games. I see. We'd make her do that in front of the whole school, even though she's a teacher. Humiliation play. Tomi, our interests are aligning more and more by the day. Tomi, Eri, don't you think there'd be a little something missing with only that? Kei. Then what sort of other option would you propose we add? We have Chie-sensei hold that embarrassing pose for 30 minutes, and have her be a model for a giant school sketching competition. Jesus. Giant school sketching competition? That's amazing, Kei. No cameras, right? It has to be sketching, right? Fine arts goes so well with the autumn season that it's driving me crazy. The autumn season. Yes, Chie-sensei's butt is definitely the part to go with. Do you see it, everyone? This is a punishment game. It's only a punishment if we go that far. Kei, yeah! Thank you, everyone. I finally want to win now. You made me remember how sweet victory can taste. This is as far as we can help you. Kei, all that's left is for you to seize victory. Yes, but you won't be seizing it alone. We will be. With the power of our fantasies. At that moment, Keiji felt his power rising high enough to reach the heavens. Overwhelming power, enough to walk out in the rain and dodge raindrops, or walk on the sea and have it part ways for him. The next day is after school. Thus, on the next day, Kei, wielding his powers fit to give him the nickname, the Dark King, He realized one fantasy punishment game after another. None of the club members had any way to match his overwhelming strength. All of Mion's plans failed. And even Rena's cute mode couldn't come close. Satoko's traps were no more than sparrow snares set for an elephant. And the only thing Rika could do was pat the heads of her defeated friends. The club members could no longer break out of the situation. Mion, realizing this, asked Chie-sensei for help. But Kei, filled to the brim with his fantasy power, beat her with no more effort than twisting a baby's hand. But that's... This punishment game is just too much. Myra-kun, can't you make it something else? Chie-sensei. Your job is to teach us to obey the rules, and now you want to bend them? All you have to do is stick your butt out and draw figure eights with it. During drawing class tomorrow. You just have to be a model for our sketches. But that's so embarrassing. You're being too cruel, Myra-kun. Compared to the club members, who were prepared to some extent for the punishment games, Chie-sensei seemed to be quite resistant to them. But even as she stubbornly refused, she couldn't go against the ultimate rule of this club's world. The absolute right of the victor to make any command, and her mind gradually gave in. Clatter. Just then, the principal threw open the classroom door. Everyone believed that the school's most powerful joker had come to the rescue. But from his mouth came the most unexpectedly strict words. If both parties are in agreement, then that's that. As a teacher, Chie-sensei, you must obey the rules and play the punishment game. Yes, yes. Principal! I knew you'd understand. Oh! Oh no! I thought for sure the principal would overcome the situation with his fists of steel. I forget if we've ever seen swimsuits yet. Yeah, we did. Even upon seeing this amazing sight of all the club members dressed in their grand punishment game outfits, the principal remained calm and collected, as expected of him. Now then, Ryugu-kun, what kind of punishment game will this be? What was it again? When I turned to Satoko and Rika, all of them Gotta do the next one. Yep, already saw that one. All of them tilting their heads in wonder. It was sticking out her butt and... What? Why does she have a collar? No, that wasn't it, Renasan. He was saying something about doing sketches. In other words, Keiichi is extorting Chie's butt. The last sound Keiichi heard was the sound effect of the principal using his level 3 special. Let's be a lesson to you. Enjoy your fantasies on your own time. Don't push them onto other people. Ooh, I'm sorry, Sensei. I'll be more careful from now on. After that, it is said Keiichi upheld that lesson and kept his fantasies to himself to enjoy. Is that it? Myra-kun, please don't laugh in such a creepy way during class. And please, don't look at your teacher with those eyes. Today was another day of pure bliss for Kei. Is it the end, or is there more? I assume there's more. It's just this is like a subchapter, sort of. Right? It is. Did you all enjoy the bonus story? Oh geez. It was kind of a lewd one. I wonder if this was alright. Still, I get the feeling Kei-chan got to see all the good stuff in this one. Nah, it ended terribly for me as always, but I certainly liked it. Punishment games are the best. I wish you would put yourself in our shoes, abused by a man's unhealthy desires. Even if it was all in his imagination, I think there were a little too many lewd punishment games. Too many. Yeah, honestly, let me think. I'd say the ones that were out of hand were Rika and Satoko's, and then Chie's. I'd say that maybe Shion's too. Too many. I'm pretty sure all of them were lewd. Half-stripping a gym uniform with a school swimsuit underneath is simply too suggestive. Satoko and I were both played with like toys. Wiping a window with our butts? Disgraceful. It would never happen. With my mouth, spoon, yogurt. Thump, thump, oh. Depends on how long that spoon is. Crap. You're all lucky your punishment games were short. I would have had to wear a swimsuit all day. This was clearly unfair to me. Come on, everyone. Don't blame me. I was just following the script. Still, I'd love to see this situation again in the main story sometime. Oh, jeez. Keiichi-kun does go through a lot of trouble in the main story. Maybe a fantasy event like this is okay once in a while. He can only feel good in his fantasies. So sad. So very sad. Even his fantasies were a huge bother to us. I'm getting really angry now. That means we need to use our fantasies to take revenge for his. Makes sense to me. I don't care what you do in your thoughts. Give me whatever punishment game you want inside your own minds. It won't hurt or itch even a little. Shion-san, it simply doesn't feel entertaining enough to get revenge in only our fantasies. Satoko, no, that's not it. Let this be a strategy meeting to figure out what will make Keiichi do next time he loses. I get it. You're saying we should do the same thing Keiichi-kun and the others did in this story. In that case, that does sound entertaining. If we think of a fabulous game, it will be even more fun to beat Keiichi-san. That's right. Our fantasies will be our fuel for tomorrow. For now, let's give it a try. Go for it, yay! And so, what he made me do was spend the whole day in a school swimsuit. What would be good in exchange? A tutu. They do say an eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth. Then should we have Keiichi-kun spend the day in a school swimsuit too? The whole day? Ho 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 ho! I can just picture Keiichi-san's misery. Spending a day all red, half sitting, looking down, trying desperately to hide how his lower region's pole is standing. That wouldn't be so bad. Keiichi-kun all red and flustered, together all day with him in a school swimsuit. His fertility, so cute! How? I'll take it home with me. I think I would still rather see him wear a maid outfit. No, come on, Rika-chan. A school swimsuit is more cruel. It wouldn't hide his body lines. His lordly, boyish circumstances would be on full display. Dang, this is pretty degenerate too. Lordly circumstances, shaking and swaying. Oh. I agree with Mion-san's opinion. Maid outfits are a little cliche, aren't they? We'll make him wear maid clothes, then play a game for Coach. A Hinamizawa Fighters game? That could. Rika-chan, you're good. I can't tell whether it's more gross or more cool. Making him play a game for Coach in a maid outfit would be like tying a goat up by the legs and leaving it out as shark food. I'm kind of interested in how Coach would react. Okay, let's do a simulation. Fantasy mode, switch on. We're actually seeing it. Maibara-san, what on earth are you wearing? Cherry. Sawa. You see, this, it was a punishment game for Club End. I'm sorry. I promise I'm not trying to make fun of this baseball game. Zawa. Clearly he's not serious in that outfit. It's an insult to baseball. No, I promise I wasn't. We're not feeling it today. Hinamizawa Fighters? Let's just call today's game a draw. As Keiichi cowered, Coach, with a resolute expression, cut between him and the others. Everyone, please, quiet down. Nowhere is it written in the baseball sportsmanship mentality that you're not allowed to play baseball unless you wear a uniform. It is said that back when Japanese baseball had gotten past the war, They didn't have matching clothes, and some players wore their military uniforms. What matters is your mentality. Besides, they say you can trace baseball's roots back to 18th century England. And when you think of England, you have to think of maids. Yes, maids, maid culture, along with the Nile, the Indus, and the Euphrates, are the four major civilizations that even elementary schoolers know these days. In a way, this maid clothing from maid culture, born in the same place baseball culture was, is much more in line with tradition than our uniforms, which you call the proper clothing of baseball. Yeah! Coach! 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 It doesn't matter what we wear. Start the game already. Smash, roll. Swish, roll, roar. Marbai-san is next in this gambling ring. As you know, the Hinamizawa fighters and the Okonomiya Titans have a long rivalry. If you mess up your chance at bat, you won't be getting off lightly. I'll do the best I can, but I can't promise I'll hit it. How sad. A maid sworn to absolute obedience by their master should never say such things. If you strike out during your chance at bat, what'll happen? I would need to punish you. The act of coming out in a proper maid outfit and losing is the same as insulting both cultures, baseball and maids, at the same time. And in that case, I would of course punish you in the English way. What's the English way? Asks Kei-chan, trembling. Coach grins like a cold-blooded reptile, then strokes Kei-chan's waist as he whispers into his ear. What could the English punishment be? What could it be? How? Kei-chan steps up to the batter's box, grips his bat, and notices something. Oh no, the bat has been tampered with. There's no way he can hit it now. Yes, he's fallen into Coach's trap. At this rate, Coach will have his way with Kei-chan's chastity. Wait, hold on, Shion! I stayed quiet and listened this whole time, but now things are getting out of hand. Oh, come on, Kei-chan, don't get in the way. This is all just a fantasy. It doesn't have anything to do with the real you, Kei-chan. That's right. This is simply a few girls getting together to talk about their wildest dreams. Why were they in the classroom just now they're back at the cafe? Is this not the exact same thing as when you and the boys got together? Well, yeah, I guess, but even if these are just daydreams, I still can't pretend I didn't hear that. If you want to hear it, you can sit on a chair and listen. Nippon. I want to talk about other punishment games too. Oh yes, weren't you talking about how much you liked bunny girl outfits, Keiichi-san? And wiping windows with our butts, if I recall? Kei-chan, you came up with some pretty amazing things too, hmm? It wasn't me. You're getting them a little mixed up. Those were Tomitake-san's and Oishi-san's ideas. I mean, I guess I'll admit I got carried away, but... Oh, it doesn't really matter who thought of it. Keiichi-kun in a bunny suit would be so cute. Then let's go see it. Fantasy mode, switch on. Damn, this was an embarrassing outfit to begin with. And now, wiping the window with my butt? Damn, if I don't hold the chest up, it'll come up right open and embarrass me more. Yeah, I feel so miserable I could cry. Alright, here we go. Snap, snap, snap. Hey, photos weren't allowed. But what were those flashes? Super rapid fire photography. Hundreds of pictures per second. Tomitake-san? Yeah, please stop. You're taking pictures of me like this? I thought you were a wild bird photographer. Since when did you switch to bunnies? Keiichi-kun, don't misunderstand. I really am a wild bird expert. At this very moment too, of course. Explain to me what birds you're taking pictures of right now. What are you zooming in on with that magnifying lens? Have you ever heard of people calling wild boars mountain whales, Keiichi-kun? Whales obviously don't live in the mountains. But people in the Edo period said there were whales swimming in the mountains, and their meat was highly prized. They say it was actually boar meat. They were forbidden for religious reasons from eating animal meat. But if it was a whale, it was fish meat, meaning technically they were allowed to eat it. Now, don't hide yourself with your hands. Wipe the window with your butt. Wipe it. I think I can see where this is headed, but could you please stop with all that snapping? That's right, bunnies are rabbits. Rabbits, too, were called relatives of birds in the Edo period. It was the same as the mountain whale. They said that technically, rabbit meat was actually bird meat, so they were allowed to eat it. Yes, in other words, bunnies are relatives of birds. That means that even if I found you through my viewfinder, there's no problem at all. Hurry, there's still more to wipe. Even I know rabbit stew was super popular for Edo people, but their culture doesn't have anything to do with you taking embarrassing pictures of me. Besides, aren't chefs the people who should be concerned with rabbit stew? Tomitake-san, you're a cameraman. You're twisting this too far. You just don't get it, Keiichi-kun. I'm a cameraman, but sometimes I think I'm a chef behind my viewfinder. If I didn't roll up my sleeves when enticing, mature rabbit meat is in front of me, I'd be a disgrace to chefs everywhere. Right now, I've obtained the greatest ingredient, you, and I'm hard at work on the best recipe of my life. Yeah! Someone stop this pervert cameraman! Peeping photos are not cool. I'm morally against low-angle photography. Say what you like, but you're heartless. This is way beyond punishment game territory now. Oh, I did say this was a fantasy earlier, didn't I? This isn't doing you any real harm, Keiichi-san. Yes, it is. Those grins you keep looking at me with, those suspicious eyes. It's like they're licking me, and it tickles. Come on, you can't lick people with your eyes. Fantasies are simple thoughts. Freedom of thought is the #1 guaranteed right we have in post-war Japan. But you know, I don't know if just fantasizing about it is enough. I can't wait for the next club session. How Keiichi-kun going squeak squeak with his butt. How I'm taking you home with me. Oh, I'll think of some amazing trap ideas. No matter what, I'll make Keiichi-san do them for these punishment games. Sis, promise to call me for your next club session. We'll rally the combined might of the Sonozaki sisters and win a complete and total victory. No day would be more of a nuisance than the one the Sonozaki sisters joined forces. We'll have to get Oishi involved too. What was it? A punishment game where you make Rena eat yogurt? Ah, and it's boring how Sachi-kun has been missing from all this. Now that we're on the subject, if we get Sachi-kun and Kei-chan to take turns spoon-feeding each other yogurt... Almost had a nosebleed. Damn it, I'll remember this. Well, we don't have a choice, Keiichi. We lost. Damn it. I couldn't afford to lose this game. Your rookie mistake midway through really cost us. If not for that, we could have recovered. Sorry. No, you're not the only one to blame, Sachi. I'm responsible too, for not realizing my mistake. I said too much. I apologize. Today we may have lost, but with the two of us together, we can win next time. Ah, yeah, you're right. We'll just have to admit defeat today and do our best next time. Then, let's get this punishment game over with. I'll start. I just have to put the spoon in my mouth, scoop up yogurt, and feed it to you, right? What's wrong, Keiichi? If you don't eat it soon, my jaw will get tired. No, it's just a little, well, two men having to do this. It's embarrassing. Keiichi, I think the whole point of the punishment is to be embarrassing. So if we do it without getting embarrassed, maybe it'll go a lot more quickly. Well, maybe. Acting embarrassed like that would just amuse them more, right? But still, I don't know. We just have to spoon food each other once, and that's it. Let's get it over with and call it quits. I know that logically, but, well, going all out like that, it's embarrassing. To tell you the truth, doing this with you, Keiichi, it embarrasses me too. Huh? Oh, your hands. See? My heart's been pounding since we started. So, I want to get it over with quickly. Because if we don't, I'll... Sachi, do you not want to eat my yogurt? If it were me and your yogurt, Keiichi, I'd want to eat it. Whoa, Sachi! And so they took their first step on their road to forbidden love. Yeah. Please don't wrap Nini up in your strange punishment games. Yeah. Oh. Claps. Wow, Rika-chan, what's that? Chloroform? Me. It was just getting good, so I wanted Satsuko to quiet down. Rika-chan is scary sometimes with how merciless she is. Oh? Wait, where did Keiichi-kun go? Someone other than Rena took him home. No fair, no fair, no fair. Is it Oishi? Oishi-san, are you there? You've got a civilian call on the outside line. Why can't I declare wrong? Ah, wait, please. Oishi-san! Whoops, thank you. I'll be back in just a bit. The man sitting across from Oishi was waggling a receiver at him. It's the outside line, from a payphone. Ah, terribly sorry. This is Oishi, sorry for the wait. Who is this? Is that you, Oishi-san? Hello? Well, if it isn't Maibara-san. Hello, what can I do for you today? At first, I thought this was going to be an ordinary after-party, but ever since it started, it's gotten very, very strange. Please, calm down, Maibara-san. I'll send a patrol car over to you now. It'll be there in 3 minutes, so do your best to hang on until it gets there. 3 whole minutes? I'm already surrounded. Yeah! Please stop. Or at least be gentle with me. Hold still already. For a man, you really don't know when to give up. Somebody help! Mom! Hello? Keiichi-kun is so cute when he's struggling. I'm taking you home with me. You were caught in my trap the moment you fled to this phone booth. Squeeze. Hello? Are you there? Can you hear me, Maibara-san? Nippa. Click. Boop, 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 boop. That was how one unlucky boy found himself swallowed in Hinamizawa's darkness once more. I'm glad that one was short, because that means we've actually finished. I think. I'm going to check the extras first, because there might be more. Batsukoishi. Let's see if there's anything extra in here that's good. Cast review. Huh. Really? Excellent work on When They Cry Away. Ba-bum. Ever since Kai started, we've had this series of massive stories. Little scenarios like this one are fine once in a while too. But wait, even a little knowledge can be dangerous, right? Wasn't the first chapter, Higurashi, pretty heavy on the thematic side? It was. Haven't we often given up on certain sacrifices and blamed it all on the dice of fate? Being able to blame it on anyone seems... Not being able to blame it on anyone seems a very painful choice. I didn't really understand it, but I had no idea such a mean story would follow right after the grand finale in Matsuri Bayashi. I went through a lot of bad things in that story. Me. I was happy I got to make so many appearances. Oh. Really? But if I put myself in the main character's shoes, it would really stink. If it were me, I think I'd have been worrying so much the time limit to go back to our original world would have run out. Huh? Why worry? That world was in a nightmare, right? Didn't Hanyu say that world was a dream at the end? You just have to do your best to wake up from it. No, sis. I thought that after she chose her original world, it would have been too much for her to think about the world she didn't choose, which is why Hanyu told her it was a dream. I think it was so she could sever any lingering attachments to it. In the story, I said a few things about having regrets for the choices you don't pick. I think that either world would have been the real one, depending on what Rika chose. If she had chosen the other one, maybe her original world would have been the dream. It might have all been a hallucination I saw when Satoko hit me with the ball and knocked me out. The scenario wanted Rika-chan to make a choice, so it made things tough for her. But after all that, maybe a coin flip would have been easier for her to handle. Like I said during the story, I think that would have meant running away from the choice. Whatever choice you make, if you made it yourself, you can be okay with it. But if you didn't make the choice yourself, you'd have a reason to keep complaining forever. Yeah, you have a choice to make before you even make the choice. Whether to choose or not. With some choices, there's just no way to pick one option. That was probably the theme of the Higurashi, the distress that can cause. That was really a cruel tale. It made me out to be a cold person, and Rika hit me with a chair. It added insult to injury. That doesn't matter. This old man barely had any scenes. But I guess it's okay. I had a huge role during Matsuri Bayashi to make up for it. I showed up a lot in both of them, so I'm nice and full. Ow. You appeared pretty often in Rei. You didn't first show up until later, though, so perhaps it was alright. Come to think of it, Higurashi was all about me, and the story was a tiny bit lovey-dovey. How? Yeah, actually, the way your cute mode sends you on a rampage reminded me of how I saw you way back at the beginning of the Higurashi. This is just my impression after reading the story, but... Sis, you have to start pulling it together a little more, or she'll outdo you. Renaissance is way more aggressive than we thought. Me... Wait, why is everyone taking pity on me? Huh? Why? Not telling. Anyway, Higurashi was a story based on motifs from the Higurashi Daybreak world, the fighting action game released by Twilight Frontier. If you're interested after having read Higurashi, please give that game a try. Which tag team will get their hands on the love-creating Magatama Fuwarazu? Aside from me and Rena being on one team, there are plenty of storylines to experience, so give it a look. Shameless plug. Hey, Shion-san, come to think of it, Higurashi had different BGM than usual, didn't it? Good on you for keeping an ear out, Satoko. You're right, in Higurashi, in order to give it more of a Daybreak feel, we borrowed several pieces actually used in Daybreak, composed by Twilight Frontier's composer, U2-san. Shameless shill. With different music than usual, our normal escapades felt very different too. Of course, this is a sound novel, so the sound is important. The word sound takes up an entire half of the term sound novel, after all. Yeah, music has immeasurable effects and can make scenes much more exciting. Thank you so much to all the composers who contributed to Higurashi. If you can, we would very much like your help again on Umineko. Oh, I've seen that name crop up on the blog on the Circle's homepage. Umineko when they cry, right? The naming feels like a meme now. But that's really the new game coming out, isn't it? I mean, it's seagulls instead of cicadas, basically. Well, the name is still provisional, but... in Ryukishi 07-san's words, it's set in stone, tentatively. A lot of Higurashi sounds were used all through Higurashi. So with Umineko, does that mean a lot of seagulls will be crying? I doubt it. What sound did seagulls make again? Squawk squawk? It'll apparently take place on an island. And with the words island and ocean in mind, seagulls come up as the natural animal you'd hear making noise in the background. What? They decided the title based on something so minor? I mean... Anyway, wouldn't it be more difficult if you didn't even have a temporary title? You have to put together stuff like this beforehand, or you'll be in trouble later. He says it's only a tentative title, and if he comes up with something way cooler, he'll change it. Well, you didn't. Though I think it's probably already settled. I wonder what that story will be about. It has the same "When They Cry" in the title, after all. I wonder if there will be more strange crimes with people dying. Oh yes, there will be. I don't think there's any doubt about that. I don't know who's going to be the main character, but they'll have it rough. In any case, if you had to choose a main character from this circle, you might want to give it some serious thought first. He said something about it inheriting the blood of Higurashi when they cry, but still wanting to aim for a different kind of world. I don't really understand what he's talking about. Ryukishi07-san said he'd start working on the plot for real after making the master copy of Rei. I bet he's gotten all sorts of unpublished writings together already. Look forward to Summer Comic Con 2007. Nippon. Well, this was certainly one high and mighty next episode preview. Judging by how there aren't even any screenshots of it yet, he must have meant it when he said he'd start working on it for real after finishing Rei. Now, next year's Summer Comic Con is still 8 months away. We just have to relax and wait. Please keep checking the Circle's development blog for progress. That does it for our PR announcements. Are they not going to talk about the final one? Oh? How'd you like Rei? We hope you enjoyed it. This volume was called Rei, meaning gratitude, because we wanted to thank all those who enjoyed Higurashi and supported us. If you enjoyed it, then we couldn't possibly be happier. Right when we thought we wouldn't be showing up anymore after Matsuri Bayashi, too. We had a ton of fun appearing again like this. Okay. I'm just going to start skipping through a bit. It was having all kinds of stories, happy, angry, sad, and fun ones. Both fit into it, except they don't talk about the third one at all. Yeah, Shion hasn't shown up enough. Yeah, fun, so he might change his mind a little. Say he'd still like to write a few more things if he has time. Well, he did. Oh, and that's how it should be. I want him to write a lot more about how amazing I am. Our appearances, or rather, Higurashi When They Cry isn't over yet. Yep, there's no such thing as an ending. We're still living and have all kinds of experiences after this. I have many more capers, and many more multiple worlds to go through. Yeah, as long as we're in Hinamizawa, there's no way weird stuff won't happen. That goes for more than just our club activities. There might be more horrific tragedies, too. I'd very much like you to be in those tragedies, sis. Ah, but I want to be in a romance with Satoshi-kun. That's right, we still haven't had a story where Nini comes back. Yeah, you have. You're right. I'd like it if there was a story where I had something real to do. That's right. I want to show up doing a lot more cool things, too. What about Jiro Tomitake's Stormcloud chapter? Wouldn't a story depicting our adult relationship be a little too stimulating for all the good boys and girls? How about we bring them a story about my splendid younger years to set an example for the youngsters? Nah. I'd be interested in your days as a kid, Oishi-san. And I'd like to see a story about my own mahjong days. Sheesh, it's all over the moment you start rambling on about your younger days. I don't care about my days as a greenhorn. I want to be the main character and have a major role. Don't you? You jest. Flashy roles? No thank you. What about you, Chie-sensei? You're young, so I'm sure you want a more important role. If someone gave me the chance, maybe I would, but if I was the protagonist, well, I think they'd have to change the title. What about you, Irie-sensei? Would you like to be one? Maids. Who, me? Well, of course. If someone called on me to do it, I'd take on the role. Everyone born into this world wants to be a main character at least once. What about you, Okonogi-san? You are very powerful, so I'm sure you'd want to be in the spotlight. I'm fine with my role as villain. If I had the chance, I'd like to make even more of a mess of things. Oh geez. Reina. I'm fine being a villain, but I just want to show up again. It's only because we're such great villains that the main characters look so good. I've had enough of being the villain. A good guy role would be nice for next time. I know it's just an act, but bullying little girls doesn't suit me. Right, Satsuko? I hope we're good pals in the next story. Oh, being on good terms with you, Teppei-san, would make the story a bit embarrassing for me. Even them getting along in just the after-party feels very, very odd. Oh well, but everyone here got to put on a performance together, so it was really fun. I hope we all have the chance to perform again together. Of course we will. If we all wish for it, we're sure to meet again. After all, the main story is already over. And in extra stories, anything goes. I can't wait to see what kind of nonsensical stories we'll be called in for next time. And maybe 7th expansion will finally break into adult stories. But jeez. But if Sachi-kun really insisted, I might not be able to refuse. Sachi-kun! I'd like a story that both adults and children can enjoy. That's right. Shion-san should keep her unclean stories with Nini inside her head. Me. If it's okay to dream, that would like a very charming little story where I've grown up and have a nice body. Oh, I want a story where everyone respects me more. I'm a god. You should all be worshipping me. Nobody's had enough yet. I feel like we'll have to meet again together in a new story. We're really grateful to everyone for continuing to follow Higurashi When They Cry up until today. On behalf of all the characters appearing in Higurashi, we'd like to extend our thanks. The only reason we made it to this point was because of how much you all supported us. Thank you so much. We're looking forward to meeting again in some odd and special stories. Are you ready, everyone? 1, 2. Oh, thank you for everything you've done for us. Taking a screenshot of this, so I'm going to use it somewhere. Yeah, I think I can use this as a thumbnail. That's what I'll do. Let's meet again. That was so nice. I'm just going to check the trophies before ending the stream because we all know, like last time, or I should say 2 weeks ago, it had vanished and I missed the hidden trophy. Oh, staff room. Thought so. Do this, feed the cat, and maybe it will be done. What? Good work, everyone. I'm Ryukishi07. We've had nothing but long chapters thus far, so it's nice to have short ones once in a while. Just confess that it was easier to do the work, Nyari. Hello, I'm Yata Akira, and it looks like I won't be getting a paycheck this time. Well, leaving that aside, with Higurashi having come to a close for now, 7th expansion is finally speeding headlong towards its next work. I wonder what we should make next. That said, time for an emergency conference on what our next work should be like. Me. Didn't we decide on Umineko When They Cry? Hello, I'm BT. Nippon. Indeed. I've given it the temporary title and come up with the direction for the story, but is that really what we need? He'll throw all kinds of ideas, one after another, into a pot in order to make an even more enjoyable work. He'll boil them and stew them together, then leave them overnight, and curry the next day will have to be delicious. That's more like yummy nabe than curry. Nyari. And sometimes it tastes better when you don't mix anything weird into it. Nyari. Come on, staying on the defensive will get us nowhere. All interesting stories lead to cooking. Exquisite preparation, a harmony of spices, a secret ingredient beyond imaginings. Elevated to the highest heights, they become a wonderful flavor to move the hearts of men. To do that, we'll research interesting stories from past and present, from east and west, and extract their essences. By bringing them all in, we'll write a spectacular story nobody would have imagined. Me. I feel like this will lead us astray, but I think it's an interesting direction. How naive, Nyari. I know how this will end, Nyari. We'll think of all sorts of ideas, and then other famous titles will fly out of us, like, this is just... Kihime? That's fate. Tsukihime and fate. Gotcha. Then what about this? If we keep mixing interesting essences, we'll arrive at a famous title in the end. So instead, we'll do the opposite. Throw those famous titles in themselves and mix them up all alchemy-like. I have no idea what you're talking about, Nyarin. But in short, you want to rip off a bunch of popular works, mix them up, and maybe come out with something new, Nyarin? Curry rice, fruit punch, and strawberry shortcake. Children love each of them on their own, but if you mix them all up, nobody would eat it. Are you sure? Are you perfectly certain of that? Why don't we try? Curry with fruit punch is totally fine with me. Wild alchemy results in numerous chemical discoveries. Even if we get nothing out of it, we might learn something from the process. It is our mission as 7th to shamelessly test it all. It's exciting. It's what we were meant for. There's a water fountain next to you, so I'll wash out your mouth with mud. If I ate curry mixed with shortcake, I'd want to wash out my mouth too, Nyarin. But I figured out what you're trying to say, Nyarin. It's good that you understand. With that, we'll go to a recently popular... No, wait. Popularity doesn't matter. We'll say what titles we're into recently, then throw them in the pot and boil them all up. Alright, first must be you, BT-san. Me. It's very difficult for me to pick out one of them, but... I'll go with the safe choice and suggest Rosen Maiden. Oh, safe choice. I think not. You get right to the point, Nyarin. A heaping helping of tsundere heroines is just what this age needs right now. Nyarin? No, that isn't all. It's originality. Having a hikikomori protagonist in a modern world where the problem is only whispered about. It's novelty, having a figure itself, in the age of figure moe, be the heroine. And yet it still has the gold-paved, high road Japanese boys can't help but yearn for. A lover appearing without them doing any work. It has the so-called Esper formula firmly in place. With an essence so perfectly aligned with the times, I can see why that alone would make it a huge hit. Yes, it is suitable for the first ingredient in the melting pot of 07's next work. And next, Yatazakura-san should take a turn. I have a bad feeling about what he'll say, though. If you want the high road, you can't just leave jump stories out of things, Nyari. Whoa! I have to suggest Sakigake. I forget what that is. Bunyo! I knew it. The golden age constructed by Jump is also the golden age of battles. Any of us Japanese boys can attest to the fact that the catharsis of battle is engraved in our very genes. All those strong enemies standing in your way every episode, and you, alongside reliable friends, take down one foe after another. Normally, battle stories are weakened at having a single protagonist leads to the battles turning into the same thing every time. But by increasing the number of protagonists, they overcame that problem with variation. The composition of that battle serialization that lasted for such a long time through different cards and situations each battle. I see, you could call it the culmination of the fighting genre that Shueisha has spent 100 years constructing. The passionate catharsis in its battles spans time and space. Thanks to the golden work called Fate, it has proven its unchanging attractiveness even in the 21st century. However, Zen and Juku already feel like chlorinated cleaner and acidic cleaner. How naive! Juku's characters might be macho, school uniform men, and they may be pungent with sweat. But that's merely the outlook of Jump comics, and only because Hokuto no Ken was in its prime at the time. Nyarin. In other words, the essence itself is not in the visuals, but in the catharsis of strings of battles, and the myriad of combat situations, and that would never be opposed to Rosen. Nyarin. Yes, a sharp reading is always from you, Yatsura-san. You're correct. In other words, we must elevate the something game that appears in Rosen's story as well to Juku's fighting tournament. In other words, the school's principal must be a neat and a shut-in, and then the tsundere heroines appear uninvited. His action-packed days with those girls is only the opening. Eventually, he'll announce that the ass game out of nowhere. So go. What? Why would there be a dueling ground there? Now then, is there anyone who would take on Rosen Maiden's second doll, Kana something? That's where this blank Ichigo should come in for real. What? No, it's time for Suiseki to appear. Out of the way, this opponent is already far beyond your measly tactics. What? Are you... Who? But now we have no chance to appear whatsoever. Oh, you seem confident in your martial arts. Then why not try this out, the ultimate way to duel? I gotta speed through this a bit. Rabbit Mask. An Alice game. Fighting gear. I have no idea whether that's a novel idea or a horrendous one. It's novel, but nonetheless, I feel like some other circle has already written something like that. Yes, I'm sure another circle has already thought of this. But we're not done yet. We've still only mixed together two things, but the third thing I had to thought will have something horrendously novel. Me, a Dryad Spirit, could probably do it. We'll be looking forward to your help. Last up is Ryukishi-san. What kind of work will you suggest to us, Narin? Glad you asked. This is the big hitting title Ryukishi-07 will propose. Yes, a super huge title you couldn't possibly remove from the West Hall. The Ultimate King, completely dominating Comicat's Western Hall right now. Not only does it have a fandom and user base, but a creative base spread far and deep. So famous that music circles aren't said to be music circles until they make an arrangement CD of it. Is it Tuhu? The entire top 10 list at Torinoana for years with its own genre. Yes! You don't mean... Yes, the greatest peak of shooting games, the legend among the Dojin world, the Toho series. Me. But the Toho series is a shooting game. We can't make shooting games in our circle. Of course, we can't extract the essence of the genre, but we can more than easily extract the essence of its captivating world. We have the kind of jump it's still encouraging Japanese boys today. Added to Rosen Maiden, which stormed the world. And now we have the Dojin World's King of Kings, the Toho series. By combining those three essences, we are sure to get results. It is now our work to give birth to the ultimate work that will dominate the 21st century. What part of the essence do we suck out? Like BT-san said before, we can't make shooting games. Does Toho's appeal lie outside the shooting genre? Will it be the unprecedented feeling of a mysterious world? That's another part people love. Cat requires food. I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. Let me just make sure I'm unmuted. Yep, all set. Even when they're all in one place, none of it feels unnatural in that world. Ah, what is it, Zan? Zan? I beg of you, make one of the next two bosses wear a school swimsuit. And those outfits normally impossible are possible in Gunsokyo. Gunsokyo. Let's say it's like this, right? We can have all kinds of outfits appear in one game. I thought there would be other things we could learn from Toho, but for now, Ryukishi is referring to that when he talks about what to extract. New world. Now go. Triple God combination. Oh, jeez. I'm just going to zoom some more. Yeah. As funny as this is, it's not as funny if it was actual in-story stuff. Oh geez, they're still going. Dragon Ball. Oh god. Okay, that's it. Let's just check if there's any more achievements here. You've unlocked all 7 achievements, so that's it. Geez, 62% of people finished the main one. 60% almost finished the... Oh wait. 62% of people who opened the game, I think, made it to the start of the first one. Then the 9th girl is the finding out about the mother, and then there's Beyond the Sticks, which is finishing the actual chapter. You drop 3% for going from the start of the game to the near the end, and another almost 1% finishing it from there. And after that, they're just both finishing the chapters, and 43% and 44% finished those ones. So people really cared about the Rika story first of all. That's it for us. And Higurashi Ray. And most of my stuff until I come back from Florida. All that's left is tonight's Lethal Company at 8:30 p.m. EST. Have a good rest of your day. See you later.